What is up, explorers? We are back on another abandoned adventure, and today we've come to an absolutely amazing time capsule called Hubert's house. Everything is frozen in time. All of his possessions are still in this house. We're going to take a look around, see what we can discover, see when it was abandoned, why it's abandoned and where he's gone now. I can't wait to check this place out. If you enjoy exploring abandoned places, remember to hit the subscribe button. Help us get to 400,000 subscribers by the end of the year. If you enjoy this video, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know what you think of this place, and hit notification so you don't miss any more future explores. And with all that said, guys, let's check out this absolutely amazing house. Tucked away beside a quiet road in rural Belgium stands a forgotten home. Its dark windows and roof sagging, its garden reclaimed by the wild for decades. This house belonged to an old man named Hubert. A man of quiet routine, solitude and faith. Locals say he lived here alone after the loss of his family, never remarrying, rarely seen, and one day he simply vanished from memory. Inside, it seems time has stopped. Hubert's bed remains made, his shoes still rest beneath the armchair, a calendar frozen to a distant year. Even his ties, carefully hung across a wooden chair, speak of a man, despite his isolation, took pride in the rhythm of daily life. Today we step inside, not to sensationalize, but to remember and to document a story the world forgot. This is Hubert's house, and it may be the last place on earth that remembers he ever existed. Okay, explorers, we are in Hubert's abandoned house now, and what a time capsule. Completely frozen in time for what seems like decades, maybe even longer. This place is crazy and I can't wait to show you it all. Let's get straight into it. So I believe this is actually the back door. I've come in through a completely different way. This is locked, but as you can see, if this was the door that was used, it's not been used for a while. There's all cobwebs, there's paint peel surrounding, and the floor tiled yet completely covered in a layer of debris and dust. We walk straight into the kitchen here, look, and we have this huge slate, I think, sink. I mean, it's pretty cool. Look at the taps for it. Even cups still sitting in the sink there. And these little tea cloths, look, are calendars. And the year 1990, with Hubert's flask just sat next to the sink there, probably washed, waiting for him to return. But it doesn't look like he is, explorers. Oh, there's a lot of bugs in this place. Look at the decay. I'm surprised that this light is still standing right above this dining room table, look. Only humble, small, one single chair just at the head of the table. And what are these? Deer hooves. What? That is crazy. Little wrapped up. The diary next to it. Obviously I don't speak, I think it's French they speak here. But Janvier 1936, at the beginning of the Second World War, and we have black and white photos of the family that lived here. That church is literally across the road. Glasses for your condiments, wines, look, and a newspaper. That should have a better date, 2005, and by the looks of this place, it really is 2005. 20 years. Covered in debris, cobwebs, rat droppings. You want to see the outside. Wow, Old cooker look, still has the pans, the pots on top. Wow. Even the dishcloth for picking out hot plates still sits inside. The Bible there. Doesn't look bad condition. God in. Oh, nearly ripped my bag off my back. Love this as well. Bit filthy now though. And here we have Hubert's cupboard. It's got jars of food in, oils, jams. Not been touched for years and years. Not by humans anyway. Definitely by mice. By spiders. That keeps freaking me out because it looks like a human face. The webs make a mouth, a nose, 2 eyes. Oof, God knows what was there. We have a basement which we will check out. We have a whole back section which we will check out as well. No, definitely no electric in this place. The stairs look heading up. We'll have a look at that. But let's check out this first floor. Heading into another room here. Once again, the tiled floor, but this one looks like it's been ransacked. Look, clothes literally cover the floor there. A microwave just sat on this, once again, single armchair. Single chair in the dining room, single chair in here. Looks like Hubert lived alone for sure. A little desk, another flask, a pack of cards to keep him busy. Doesn't look like much went on. Probably a very quiet home of a single man that didn't have a lot of visitors. Lovely views outside. And look at this. Would that have been a clock? Maybe once upon a time. And we have circular hooks on the ceiling. A clothesline attached to a drawer. And a nail in the wall. So very makeshift. The drawers sit empty. Oh no, they don't. Just all his bits and bobs. Bit of milkshake there, Nesquik. You've got to enjoy things, guys. You've got to have a bit of milkshake. Got the webs attaching one piece of furniture to another. The clothes just sit at the bottom of this huge wardrobe. This must be 9 feet tall. Some clothes. Another calendar there, look. Looking for a year, but doesn't say one. But 2005, we have seen a year on the newspaper. The old locks, the old handles. Wow. Back through the kitchen diner. I think I'd make a brilliant estate agent. Heading into, wow, look at this room. This is a time capsule room. Wow. Dining room table. A few more chairs around this one. Maybe he did have some guests. This is where they came, sat, chilled out. Probably had a game of cards. His shoes sat at the bottom of the armchair. Ripped and worn where his head would have been after a long day. Sit back in this chair. Plants, look. All dead. No life. Handbag. Oh, a handbag. That's interesting. Oh my days. A piss jug. That is a piss jug, Explorers. And this little clown just sat next to it. Another big jug covered in dust at the bottom there. Nice little table. Oh, hello. A black and white photo from a wedding. So he could have been married then. He was definitely here on his own at the end. This old dear just sat, having a picture taken. Bibles, little diaries, the calendar in the pied Bioff bottle, religious artifacts, Jesus, the cross. Beautiful writing bureau here. Completely full of old letters. Very discoloured paper. Probably been here for a long time. Noel Joseph. 1935, so that could have been Hubert's dad. The books, look. Oh, what a shame the marbles broke. And look how old this picture is. Wow. That's definitely over 100 years old, 100%. Bedding, trinkets, just your bits and bobs been thrown in there. Probably to keep them out of the way. Glasses, tops. That's your bric-a-brac. That's your cupboard that you just throw everything. And look, more black and white pictures. Maybe one from holiday there. Look at these twins, twin sisters. Is this old Hubert? Possibly. Passport photograph. More black and white pictures from earlier on in his life. Yeah, that's definitely the same fella, look. He lived here for many years. 1938, a lot of 1930s going on in here. Not sure why. And this one's actually built in, look, into the wall. All the china. Liebig on the copper there. More of your fancier dishes. Candles, possibly from the church next door. Oh yes, definitely entertained in this room when he did have visitors. It does feel quite secluded in this house. It does feel quite lonely. More bedding, look, a few bits of clothes. Shame. It's not going to fall over and scare the life out of me, that is it? But only a small house. 2005, look, on this calendar as well. Looking up at it, look. Everything does seem to centre around this kitchen. Feel like I'm in and out of here more than bloody Hubert was. We will check the basement. I just want to have a look at these back rooms. I'm literally walking down a door here, look. What do we have in here? What are these big orange things? Maybe something to do with hot water. A sort of boiler. Can't tell. Maybe. And look, we have all sorts of medicines in here. Prodicillin, Myogaster. A lot have fallen off and landed on the floor there. We have test tubes. Bit of a random room. Some random pieces in here. And the lock's broke. And what do we have through this door? Is this just like utility, like a shed? Ooh. Bloody hell, the church bell scared the life out of me. Very old tools in here. Model tractor. That's pretty cool. But not too much really, just bits of oil bottles, tins, whatever you call them. Is that a water? You know what I mean. Door frame's broken. And here, look, his stash of alcohol just by this back door. And his cutlery, that's very strange. His clothes are hung up. Made a makeshift washing line here, look. Bed sheets hanging. His shirt. I'll have to be quiet coming through this bit now because there's a house at the back. Toilet. The window's open as well. Shit. But the bathroom here. Quite nice. Good condition. A bidet. Shower. Definitely taken over by spiders, as you can see. But that is somebody's house. And that window is open. I'm going to be quiet coming through this bit. Be alright when we get back in here. And look, Once again, back in the dining room kitchen. We'll check the basement out now and then we'll head upstairs. Seems like a good idea. A lot of the basements I've seen though have been flooded, which is a shame. I don't want to walk into another one. The old cooking pots, spirits. Oh wow, look how old this brickwork is. Oh, there's cobwebs on my head. There's cobwebs on my head. Wow, look how old this brickwork is. Very medieval down here. I mean, you can't see much because it's very dark. And I need to get some more light in because this is not bright enough for these dark, dingy cellars. But we'll head in and look, all of his wines, alcohol. Yes, I knew you'd have it here. Always find these in the basements. Look, jarred food. It's such a strange thing because it's not really a thing in the UK to keep food like this. I wonder why they do it here so often. Water supplies, flasks. This guy was ready for another war to kick off. More jarred food, literally loads of it, but I've just noticed this, look. Jesus, just chilling. Not sure what they are. I think we've got pears maybe? Berries? Not sure. But there's so much of it down here. Keep you going for a while. It's like it's like he's built this himself. These wooden walls. Very, very old, and that one's quite flimsy. And this banister has been made out from a tree, like it's an actual branch. Oh, getting claustrophobic. Once again, back in the main room. Let's head upstairs, see what else we can find. And we've got some back rooms as well, and some outbuildings to check out, which should be very interesting. So far, what we've uncovered tells a story of a man frozen in time. The house is full of layers, some objects reaching back as far as 1939, others last touched in 2005. That's a 66-year window of life lived quietly behind these walls. Now we know Hubert was once married, though there are no signs of a woman here, no dresses in the wardrobe, no signs of her presence, just echoes left behind. This place feels like a time capsule, not abandoned, but deliberately preserved. There are still more rooms left to explore, and maybe more answers hidden upstairs. And it feels flimsy, feels very dodgy. Makeshift, like everything else in here. That floor's completely coming away, jeez. Right, where should we start? We'll start down here and work our way through. We'll check up there. But here we go, explorers. Bedroom number 1. Wow. Nice big bright window letting in a lot of natural light, which is always good. Ornaments on the side. Another single chair, tipped over though. Is there clothes in here? Look at these little locks. Wow. Very old. And the drawers there. A couple of cardboard boxes. But the mice have been at that. There's old song sheets. Oh, there's cobwebs all over me. Oh, look, clothes. Old pyjamas, look. Shirts. Socks. Oh, these very old books. Very discoloured. Crunchy almost. Religious artefacts. Poems. And more clothes at the bottom there. Let's keep these closed. There we go. Love these old dressers in the bedrooms. Some of my favourite things to find. This is in perfect condition. A cross Up at the top there, some decoration. Not sure what that is, but flowers coming down. Onto this marble dresser. We have ornaments, religious pictures. Is that for spanking? What's that for? No idea. How cool is it to find somebody's whole life? 1942 there, look. Liege, Cub Scouts. I'm looking for years as I'm going through. This is incredible. So old, but so pristine. I thought I seen some writing there. Oh, there we go, look, handwriting. Wow. I'm not going to lose this page, just in case. How old's this? Pricks impose. Oh look, has that been a necklace? A bracelet? That's long gone. Wow. Let's see what we've got in here. More song sheets. Books. I mean, I don't want to go through them because they're so dusty and dirty. We even have a shoe peeking out from underneath the wallpaper. Very dated. Is that a safe? A wall safe there, look. Not sure how you get in that. But look at this bed. Hand carved wooden. A corset hanging over the back. Is it a dress? Might be a dress. Hanging over the back, Jesus. But this red silk duvet cover. And then, as always in Belgium, Jesus, Mary, the cross above the bed. And look at that. This is quite eerie. Decayed, stops at the cross. Good condition. That's a bit strange, isn't it? Like it's preserved for old JC. The cobwebs in this place though. We'll check out up there after. I don't know how safe it is. The ceilings are bowing and caving in. Tupperware. Clothes, jeans at the bottom there. Sunday bests. Look, wine. More tubs. Not sure what he wanted all the tubs for, but they're there for when he does. This floor is sketchy. All my days I can see straight through. Not sure what's up there, we'll have a look. On the floor here, buttons literally everywhere. Bedroom number 2. I think it was a bedroom, it's a spare bedroom. Used for, cobwebs. Used for, well yeah, cobwebs now, but this is his storage, look, all his jars where he keeps the food. Is this for the water? You know, for the holy water? Yep, an old Bible. And some checks, but not touching that. Literally covered with a cobweb. Pure, a duvet of webs. Wow, that's got some age to it, look, and it's still in there. JB Hubber. Can't work out what it says. Is this, was this guy a priest or something? A lot of Bibles in here. Union match. Oh, there's Jesus' hands, but they've broke off. That's a shame. But a lot of Bibles. Saint Joseph. And look, once again, the decay down the middle, but the pictures remain. How strange is that? Some divine intervention there, stopping decay. And that's well and truly gone, that net curtain. I have to be careful on these floors, you know, guys. This one's not so bad in the middle, but that is completely coming away. I hope it's not this part coming away. Oh, master bedroom, look. Once again, so humble and simple. Not cluttered whatsoever. This will be the bedroom, Herbert's bedroom, look. Shirt, jacket, fur coat. The mice have been taking that back. You can see all the rips and tears in there. Cleared out though. There's a few bits at the bottom, but it looks like somebody's been in and taken stuff. His ties hanging on the back of the door there. All bedding. Oh, creak. Wow, pair of jeans still folded onto this chair. And this chair has its own handle, look, that's cool. You don't see that all the time. Marble bedside tables. Bed still remains made absolutely perfectly. And Mary, Jesus. The little fire here, look, little heater. Oh, something just creaked. Love this dresser. Marble on top. Wash jug, not sure where the basin is. It's a real shame. It is a real shame to see it like this. Even the curtain's still hanging, but barely, look at that. Barely hanging on. With every bit of effort. And the swan. Definitely seen better days there. What we're saying so far, guys. Absolutely incredible time capsule here. I need to walk across this dodgy floor now. So I'm going to have to be so careful. And then we're going to come back and check up the upstairs. I know there's a couple of good looking rooms down here, that's why I'm making sure I'm coming, but I'll show you when we get past it. Oh, 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 look at that. Completely come away from the landing there. I have to be quiet. There's the house. Clothes hanging, drying in this room. Look how old the brickwork is. Absolutely incredible. Old paperwork, more food stored away for a rainy day. Tiny little writing bureau, desks. But the clothes still hanging. It's crazy. Overalls, that. Right, come out of this room. We'll come out of there because we have to be so quiet. And wow, talk about saving the best till last. Check out this bedroom, explorers. The bed, the duvet, eaten away by whatever critters remain in this house. The huge picture of Jesus. Ooh, something's creaking. The holy water, look. Have a little dip in there. Clock still on the wall. Wow, look at the ornaments. And more Bibles once again. Another wash table, but no wash basin or jug on this one. Still marble. Province of Luxembourg. Wow. So old. Everything feels so fragile in this place. Even the floors, for God's sake. Jackets and pants hung up. Ties in the wardrobe. Wow, clothes coming down. What a beautiful wardrobe as well. Sunday best, look. Shirt, pants. Oh, didn't even notice that, look at that. It's broken, but absolutely incredible. It's a shame. That fly's trying to get out, banging against the window. They manage to get in alright, don't they? Wow. Actually, I'm not going to touch that because if that falls, I'm going to be cursed. But what an incredible room, explorers. We still need to check another floor. This house is so deceiving with the size of it. And like, even though the rooms are like quite basic, so much to look at. Oh, I hope this is safe. We've got two attics. Two separate attics. Attic number 1. Wow. Photo frames, empty. I need to be careful on this floor, man. Oh yes, very careful, it's bouncing. And it's crunching, so I'm not going to walk on that. We can see what we can see from here. I might even step back a bit onto the stairs. If I walk on that, I'm going through it without a shadow of a doubt. Let's go check out the other attic. Maybe it's a bit safer. Maybe there's a few more bits in there. But I'm loving this house. I hate them stairs. Hopefully this is better condition. Look how narrow it is. Oh my days. And so old as well. Horse saddles. The TV, look. Oh, I don't know, guys. No, we'll have to have a look from here. But there's shelves, chairs, more jars. It's incredible. It's not worth dying for. Not at all. Wow, what a beautiful house. Okay guys, I'm going to run around, get some pictures for Instagram, get some B-roll for the video, and I'll meet you downstairs and we'll check out what else this place has to offer. Wow.
Upstairs, the truth lingers quietly. Hubert didn't always live here alone. His wife's clothes remain hanging in the wardrobe untouched, like she just stepped out. At some point though, he lost her, and yet he stayed. The bedrooms are frozen in time, Bibles line the furniture, and his clothes remain neatly folded. Hubert was a man of faith and pride. A life once lived in silence, a house full of stories left behind.
Okay explorers, the explore's complete, pictures are done, and B-roll's done. And we're going to head into these back rooms now. We're going to keep quiet though, because there is neighbours. We don't want to get caught, and we're going to see what Herbert had behind closed doors that he didn't show anyone. Wow, what a house. I've absolutely loved this, guys. But look, walking past his old washing line that he's made, and then out into this barn area, look. Now this goes directly onto the street here, through the door, over on the other side. So we're gonna have to be careful, but look. A fridge. Why is the fridge back here? Do you know what? I didn't even clock on that we didn't check a fridge out. That's strange, isn't it? But look at this mountain of wood. Firewood. Ready. I have to be so quiet here now. Cover the light. Where's that car going? Look at the cobwebs. Just had some fella jogging past. I've got cobweb in my mouth. Now I know airbags isn't in fact illegal, but it's still not nice to get caught by nosy neighbours that ring the police, and then it's a whole issue with all that I can't be arsed with, to be honest. So I'd rather keep quiet, see what this place has to offer. But in here it's just literal mountains of wood. It's crazy. Now there's brick ceiling, so it makes me wonder what is actually up this old ladder. Is it worth a look? Is that safe? Yeah, I'll show you and see what you think. Can you even see that? But we need to get outside and then get some outside shots of this place. And also, the traffic's picking up. Where's that going? Ooh. Okay guys, this is getting a bit sketchy with the... Look, you can literally see straight out onto the street. That's the church he worked at right across the road. They're the cobwebs that have taken over his house. But I think maybe we leave it here, guys, because like I said, I don't want to get locked up for the night just so they can release me tomorrow and I'll miss a whole day of exploring. So guys, like I said, if you've enjoyed this video, hit subscribe, leave a comment, hit the like button, let me know what you think of this place. Absolutely amazing. Old Hubert's house. Proper time capsule. Let's go to the next one.